Welcome to Triple H, Hamilton Happy Hour, where we talk about pianos, talk about music, and everything else in between. Hey everybody, welcome back to Hamilton Happy Hour. I hope everybody's enjoying our podcast, and we have a couple guests with us today, but we also have the other two stooges with us, which is Mike and Mike. What's up, guys?
Hey everybody. Good evening, morning, afternoon.
And if you've seen Igor on the podcast before, we've got Igor over here, our resident piano technician. And our guest is David Estey from New Jersey. And so it was kind of cool because you had emailed me the other day and said, I'm in town, and you want to come by the shop. And so you came by, I showed you around, and now said, hey, you want to be on our podcast? You're like, yep. And here we are.
Here we are. Awesome. Here we are.
Welcome.
It was that easy. It was
Yeah,
that simple.
that easy, that easy.
He
Plug
had to
and
pay
play.
you?
Yeah.
We bumped you up to the
Well,
front of the line.
I'm probably getting about the same as you are.
we since you're in town, we bumped
So
you
you're
up
paying
to the front
him.
of the line.
Really?
We pushed you in front of about 35 other
You
people.
had like
waiting.
Elon Musk that was supposed to come.
Yeah,
but
that's
you
right.
bumped him for me. I know.
Yeah. But he wouldn't pay us, so that's why he's not on the
Okay.
show. So you've been a piano technician for how long?
I'm going to say about 50 years.
Okay, cool.
I started apprenticing when I was about 18. So you do the math. I know I look like I'm 38, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
I was going to
gonna
say
say
32,
50,
but
Yeah, I
50
know. I
years.
appreciate that. Yeah.
I was going to say 35. at
35.
least.
Yeah.
35.
Thanks.
So why did you get into piano business?
Well, my usual answer to that is because customers ask me that, and I'll say, well, my parents dropped me on my head when I was very young, right? And you
Oh,
regulate
the same
actions.
happened to you. Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
All you heard was dink, dink, dink,
That's right.
dink, dink.
From that point till now, that's all. The high C, that's it. So yeah, no, I'm a musician. I play guitar, and I had the opportunity to learn how to tune pianos, and to be around a musical instrument for a living was very appealing to me. So that's what I did. I learned how to tune, and I worked with a company where I was good friends with all four of the boys. One of them did rebuilding. The other one did player pianos. Another one was moving pianos, and the other one refinished. And my brother,
Pretty solid family.
yeah, right. So I kind of learned all of it, and went out on my own and got a pickup truck, made a masonry plank ramp, which was about 300-pound ramp, and to move things around, was buying and selling and rebuilding, working on player pianos and tuning, and even refinishing.
Okay.
Out of my garage at one point.
That's same with us. That's
Yeah.
how
Yep.
we started. Same
That's
thing. Now we just have two nice garages out there.
That's right. Yeah. You got a really big garage back there.
Yeah,
So-
Toby mentioned that about working on the role players. Is that that's always good to know somebody that's got that, because those guys are dwindling.
Yeah,
So how much you get a lot of work for them?
we're getting a lot of work. There was about 5 guys in the New York, New Jersey area that used to do it, and they're all retired or they passed away.
So now it's just you.
So are you the guy?
Which is me, and I'm circling the drain a little tighter every day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're going to start sending them to you from Florida too.
Yeah.
So start going in reverse.
Yeah, that's in Australia.
We'll just bring you down and you can teach us.
Yeah. So I'm actually working on because there's nobody around. I'm working on a kind of a consulting product where a piano technician, I could kind of walk them through how to test it, and we could figure out what's wrong with it, what it needs.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes they just need a few things. We need to rebuild the wind motor and the tracker, and then other times they're gone. And the kiss of death with player pianos, especially, is people, they'll leave them sit for years,
Yeah.
decades, and the bellows just sit like this, and then you go to play it. What do you think? That's right. Now they might move, but now you got little pinholes
Yep.
in 88 bellows, and it's all about air pressure. So, but it is amazing how long the cloth does last. And here's another little wonderful thing. Back in the 80s, there was a run of player piano cloth that was defective.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
So, all this work, I mean, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
work. You got to sand off the cloth, put it on, and back on, and then all to have that like fail. Yeah. So, but so I do.
And then if you get it just right, then you have enough air blowing through there, and you blow all the tubes out, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Kind of. Yeah. What happens is the main stack, the chamber has to have vacuum in it, so that the little holes on the trackers, when they open up, it's not like they're sucking anything in. What happens is it on the other side of the tracker hole, there's a little leather pouch. So, and there's vacuum above that. So the hole opens up, the vacuum sucks the leather pouch up, and it takes the valve and moves it so that the vacuum goes into the little pneumatic and it closes. It's like 100th of a second that it happens. The
wild.
technology is,
Yeah, it is.
absolutely fascinating.
I removed quite a few of those.
Oh, yeah.
I have, especially when the plastic is, like when you touch it, it falls apart.
We've got one up there that we removed.
Yeah. It actually looked, the whole drawer, we pulled the drawer out and we pulled the wheel and everything out from underneath it because the stuff still looked good. The piano was
brand new still, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked really, really good.
Yeah.
And we thought we would make it out of artwork, where we make a table and display everything just so you could see it with glass over the top.
Oh, sure.
And that's going to happen in the year
Yeah.
2065 or something.
And if you want 2 or 3 more of those units,
If we sell the first one, I'll call you up.
let me know. I got them to you. Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, David, yep, I got 2 more on order. Come on.
Yeah, right.
That's like we moved a old saloon style upright that had the old pump style, feet pump.
Yep, foot
The
pumps.
guy's
yeah.
like, oh, it's electric. I said,
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
no, it's not.
That's
Yeah.
the
Well,
original
what's all
treadmill.
this? I
Yeah.
said, those are all airlines. He goes, oh, well, I'm sure that they make a kit to make these electric.
Mhm.
I said, well, good luck with that one.
Well, you can install an electric vacuum motor on it, but these players, I had a player in my shop for a long time. Stinking guy abandoned it on me, Anyway, you flip up the lid. You got people. Oh, I want to rebuild it. And we
We've
put 'em in
got
the
a few of
shop.
those in ours.
It's here for a
you got a
decade or
price.
2.
They're abandoned.
So you open up the lid and there was a decal on it. I still have the lid. It said price $750, brand new. Now after I got done laughing, I went online to Google, and what was the average salary in the 1920s? It was $1,236 a year. Yeah. So that was over half of your salary.
Oh, wow.
So when somebody says, "Well, how much is it to really restore a player piano?" and
Over half your salary.
yeah, it's a lot. When people bought them, and that was a run of the mill cheapie, the ones with the grand pianos with the drawers, they were expression player pianos that had specific rolls that had holes on them that would tell it to get louder and softer automatically. Like that was the cat's meow.
wow.
You guys know what
That was
is?
a whole year salary piano.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was 2 years' salary.
Yeah. I heard stories of people mortgaging their homes to get one of those things.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it just goes to show you technology makes us lazy because before then you had to play the piano. That was your entertainment.
Well,
and,
there you go.
And then the phonograph comes out and that's their entertainment.
Right.
They're like, oh, I still want a piano. And and then they put a player system in and we're still doing that to this day.
And then the TV came out.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. And then video games.
What happened to the piano?
Well, it's funny because I came across my grandfather's stuff, going through some papers, and I think it was him who had it, where I found the name of the company was called Dollar Piano Tuning Company.
Okay.
They charged $1 for
$1.
our piano tuning.
Yeah.
And there was no date on there, but I wondered how old that was, and how long did that last? Because
But I mean, that was in the days maybe of 10-cent movies and 5-cent.
Yeah.
movies.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
That- that's how old it could have been, yeah.
It was still probably a pretty good little buck.
Hustle.
A buck. It was
Yeah.
a good buck.
it was a good buck.
I think Ben Franklin charged that.
Yeah. So you're related to the Estey Piano
Yeah.
company. How?
Well, I was born. No.
With a silver spoon in your mouth.
We don't have to go that far back.
Really? Actually, I am related. It was Jacob Estey that started the reed organ company up in Brattleboro, Vermont, the pump organs, and that changed and became the Estey Piano Company from 1879 to 1979. My common ancestor with Jacob up in Brattleboro was Mary Town Estey, who was accused and executed in the Salem witch trials.
Wow.
So she had 8 kids. I come from one of her sons, and Jacob comes from another one of her sons. So I'm a distant cousin.
Of piano witches.
Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty good.
That's right.
That's solid, man. That's way better than me.
I've cast a spell on all of these cameras as I walk by.
For him
you
to
know?
go away.
Yeah,
If sales start going down, you're never invited back.
right. Really.
Just bring sage next time you come.
Yeah, there we go.
We might bring some in tomorrow.
Holy water or something.
Something.
Yeah, I had some customers in Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
That's
cool
a really
place
cool
to
area.
go. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I finally went. It was only in the last couple of years that I finally got up there. And I got up there, and I got to be honest, I was a little ticked off, Like, these people were murdered, this was horrible. And the whole town is, like, making money from, it's kind of like
Disney World.
It's kind of like, where, making a song about Ohio and, killing it, It's like,
No,
Yeah,
it's
that-
pretty-
No, if you're
was,
left-handed, you're a witch. If you're a redhead, you're
Oh,
a witch.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but they didn't burn them at the stake here. They drown them.
Yeah.
They did that wonderful stuff in Europe. That was, for the English and the
More
French.
than one way to kill a witch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But,
No, that would
they
pretty
tried
packed
splashing
on-
water
on,
and see if it melt,
Halloween.
but it didn't happen.
That place gets packed on Halloween.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yeah.
It's
Crazy. They have it on
Yeah.
the news every Halloween.
There's probably real witches there too.
I believe there is.
I've tuned a
but-
piano in a real witch's house.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Oh, I feel a story coming.
Yep.
So I go in to tune the piano. First of all, it's a really big upright, one of those 150-year-old pianos
Saloon style.
that everything breaks as you tighten the screws.
Mm-hmm.
That was
And,
an instrument of
she-
the devil.
Yeah, and she's dressed all in black. I hope she's not going to watch this.
Just
We
send her the
can't
link.
afford to lose any viewers.
She
Please
had,
watch it, ma'am.
she was dressed in black. She had shaved her head, and I mean she had 4 kids and a husband, but said she was a witch.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Did you verify that with her husband?
No, I never saw her husband.
Did she
I
pull
tried-
out her crystal ball?
He called her something that rhymed with it.
Really? I think.
But this is one of the pianos that I said there's no more life in it. You have to get another piano. It was
That was a
terrible.
bold statement to
It
her.
was terrible.
Yeah. Were you scared to say that to her?
No, I actually did say that to her. I said, maybe you can make it disappear.
Go get your cauldron out.
And that's how you ended up in Florida working on actions.
That's why he's not up there
No
anymore.
wonder you moved down here. She took all your business away, did she?
She made him just. she thought she was pointing at the piano. He didn't move quick enough.
Bibbity bobbity boo.
Hot weather for you.
You're in hell.
Hey, can I get one of your hairs for a minute? Just toss it in this pot. Don't worry about
Well,
it.
I don't have any, so there.
That's funny. Yeah, it's what they did back in the day is like it's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
And, you see how things morph into where it's at. Like the piano from the way it started, and then you have the square grands, and you have the modern piano, and even the modern piano before what we have today. How the design of the action was different, and straight stringing scale instead of over stringing scale and things like that. But it's been the same for 150 plus years now. It's like this isn't going anywhere. It's kind of the the engineering that went into figuring out to have this, and really you need a piano in a band orchestra. It just fills the void of the other instruments
In your
Yeah,
house.
that's lacking. You have to have it in your house. Absolutely.
Well, being Russian, all the Russians, you play or you don't play, you have a piano in your house.
Yeah.
Even in my building, my neighbor, I walk by her house and she has a beautiful Yamaha U1 sitting there. I never hear anybody play. So is in a bunch of other, I live in a high rise. So
Did you go knock on the door? Can I play your piano?
No, I said, do you need your piano tuned?
Maybe it was the witch.
Did the witch send you?
But it's just cool, everything with the piano. It's just there's something. Even the word piano, I like the word.
When you mentioned the older pianos, they're still made the same.
Mhm.
It just reminded me of this. We had a Kaps, Kaps. Ever run into one of those?
No.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
I've seen one.
Yeah. Really old. The factory got bombed out during the war, and we were rebuilding it for a customer. By the way, it was so old, but it had the Viennese action.
Oh boy.
So it had a repetition lever, and it was so similar to what's available now. It would almost look like the same thing. In fact, it was. Yeah. So the customer was sending me articles about this Kaps that was in Nazi Germany that these people bought that was haunted. It was bizarre, and they'd hear, in the night they'd hear all kinds of, weird noises, and the piano would, make all kind of strings would just break, and and tuners didn't want to touch it. They were
Wow.
scared. Maybe that was maybe
Her
that had
piano.
a connection.
Hey,
In
Maybe.
Salem. Maybe that's
Maybe.
where it ended up. I don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah.
I remember one time, I don't know if I ever brought this up on a previous podcast, but I was just a kid, but we were on vacation, and my parents had their friend house sitting, our house. And my dad had 35 pianos in the back of the house, in his room. And his friend heard this noise, and it scared him so bad. He left the house and said, "Nope, I'm not going back in there." A string broke in one of the pianos. When you hear a string break,
It is.
He thought someone was in the house or something. It freaked him out, but broke on its own, and it scared him.
Yeah, that's a noise. Good thing the action wasn't out. Then you got the ring.
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. And then when a string can break too, a bass string in particular. I was at a concert one time, tuning, and they had the seats all set up, and there was probably 20 feet away. There's a couple people just sitting there, and I'm tuning the piano. It's a Seiler piano, and they had left and didn't think anything of it, and then a bass string broke and went shot right to where they were sitting. I mean, they could have taken their eye out or hurt them or something, and that thing went. And I was like, thank God they weren't sitting there, because you never know when that's going to happen. I mean, you might get a hint of is this going to break? I had no clue. I barely touched it, and the bass string shot out 20 feet.
I was tuning a Steinway S that had rusted strings. The guy just bought the piano. I'm like, "What'd you do here?"
You got a great deal.
He
He bought it at an
He got
auction.
it for free, probably.
Yeah, well, just about. I said, "How much you pay for it?" He told me. I was like, "Okay, you didn't get ripped off." So anyway, I'm sitting there tuning, and whenever little kids come, they're like just about over the back rim, and I'm like, "Come on over here."
Yep.
And sure enough, this little kid was over there, and I'm tuning, and the bass string shot across the room, and it stuck in the Venetian blinds.
Oh, wow.
It was so cool. We were both cracking up. They're like, "Whoa!"
The kids were like, "Pew!"
Really?
Can you do it again?
That's right.
Can you do it again?
And you realize that if it weren't for Venetian blinds, it'd be curtains for all of us.
Yeah.
Huh? See what I did? Huh?
We break out the drum set.
Yeah. Jalen and I were actually moving a piano about 4 weeks ago. And we went to break it down, and the owners were in the other room. And as we started to set the piano onto the chariot, the lights just started flickering on and off, on and off, on and off. It's only one chandelier. And as soon as we got it up on the board, I stood up and I'm looking at the chandelier just flickering off and on, off and on. And I went to go tell the lady, hey, something's going on. Lights came back on and it stayed straight. It was wild.
Hey, you were being visited too.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Somebody
like,
didn't want that piano to go.
No, that's what I was saying. I was like,
It must be that Salem witch.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Yeah,
you brought her down here, huh?
The only witch I know about is the Blair Witch.
But no, it was wild because it was just flickering. It was only that one chandelier, and as soon as I went to tell them, it stopped. It's like, ma'am, and then lights went straight on. Like it
Maybe
was
the electric was running under the floor when you stepped down.
no, it was in the ceiling. It was just wild.
That is wild.
Yeah, some kid was playing with you.
There was no other people in this house.
I had something a little bit along those lines. We used to do for Dunn Music, the Allen organ dealer down in Pompano. They would rent for All Saints Day, which is Halloween or day before Halloween or whatever. I haven't been a good Catholic boy in a long time. But they would rent organs to two different cemeteries that it was like in the indoor, like the mausoleum or whatever it is, I think for some special service. And I would do these by myself a lot of times. And I was leaving one of them. I already did the first pickup. I was picking up the second one. It was about 4:30 p.m. So it's fall, so it's starting to get dark. It was a little bit breezy, and it was like overcast. It just had kind of that spooky feel to it, right? And I'm by myself in a mausoleum, picking up an organ.
What could go wrong?
And as I'm getting loaded up, and it's cool. I'm just bopping around, I always got the smell of incense and all that stuff. It's like cool. And then as I'm going my last trip out the door, this cold wind come past me. They always say a ghost, feels like a cold breeze or something like that. Yeah. And this cold breeze, like freezing cold, came blowing past me like some serious wind from inside the place. And I'm walking out the door and blew past me towards the outside. And that freaked me out. That was just like, what on earth? All right, I'm getting out of here, man.
My day.
I buttoned up the back of my trailer in about 3 seconds after that. I was out of there.
It's because you were getting loaded up, you said. That's right. We were in Georgia or North Carolina or somewhere, and Tina and I like to go to old cemeteries, 150-year-old tombstones and stuff like that, and walk through. So we found this one down this. You go through this archway, you drive through it, right? It's probably 200 years old, and you go down, and it's a very small cemetery. And so
is it auto?
No, it wasn't an auto. It was maybe it was Tennessee, or I'd have to ask Tina. So anyway, and we have our kids with us, and they're very young. And so the gates are closed, but we go to open it, and the kids are standing right next to us, and I push the gate, and it goes, and the kids go, pew. They went, right, nope, we're not going in. We're going to stay in the car. We're like, okay, but it was funny.
The beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah, that creaking sound was like, it was just perfect,
That's like walking around New Orleans in the middle of the night, late night, down in New Orleans, around the French Quarter, because everything's wrought iron out there. And, of course, there's a deep history of, vampire and all the ghosts and all that stuff in New Orleans. And you walk around there in the middle of the night, and all the railings, all the gates, and all that is all just. I mean, it's everywhere. You're surrounded. It's like a stereo of creepy sound. It's wild. It's really, really cool.
Speaking of witchcraft, the logo that you guys got.
Oh no!
Is that really?
That's not witchcraft.
Is that Play L? That Play L grand piano that has two keyboards on either side?
Oh wow!
Because man, that's witchcraft. Okay.
No, it's not. I know what you're talking about.
I just saw somebody post something about it on Facebook just the other day.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw that. I was like, okay, that's it was a Play L, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I know
French
what you're.
pianos.
Yeah, it was a French. Was it a Rard? Or no, maybe it was a Rard.
Maybe it was an Erard.
But
I don't remember the name.
If it was French, it was a little demonic.
It might have been an Estey. It might have been an Estey.
Estey, yeah. Estey versus Hamilton.
That's right.
There's no winner.
That's it.
But they can have a podcast together.
That's right.
It's funny because I just saw that in the last couple of days.
Right.
But I don't even remember either one of those names being associated with it necessarily. But yeah,
Okay.
that's some witchcraft for sure.
Yeah. I mean, how they?
I don't know any. How do you play it, tune it, move it? I don't know. How many of those were there?
I don't know.
Yeah, that bears some.
Estey
investigation.
didn't make them.
Good for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of pianos out there that are not technician friendly
Or mover
piano
friendly.
mover
Yeah.
friendly, you know,
Oh,
at all.
I don't even want to get started on player systems that are not
Oh, I can only
technician
imagine.
friendly. My
Well,
goodness.
And you guys are
Like a 1098 with a QRS.
yeah, we just did one of those. But yeah, technicians are hard enough to find, but what you guys do, your profession in that sense, is even harder.
Yeah.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Like SEAL
just-
Team 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, shoot, 5 guys up in your area are gone. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just hard.
I think we still
5
have
guys in our area are gone.
Yeah, I think we still
I think we
have-
only had one and he's gone.
Well, I think there was
Yeah,
still
same
one.
in
that-
Boston. We only had one,
Yeah.
and he's gone. Now we
um,
have to go to Connecticut. Somebody said there's one in Connecticut.
That's probably him.
Yeah, there's.
You
He
meant
was there
Jersey.
visiting.
Well, players are run on pneumatics, which is pneuma, which is in the Greek, it's spirit. So we're back to
Here
witchcraft
we go
again.
again.
We're there again.
Back to the spirit world.
Oh, boy.
We should have scheduled this for October.
Anna, save
I'll
this
come
for
back.
October.
I'll come back. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't worry, we got 10 months for you to air this one.
Yeah, we should do that. Oh, that's funny.
So 50 years, man, you must know a lot of stuff. I hope.
Yeah, right?
He used to.
What? Yeah. Now I just sit in a chair, drool,
I'm looking forward to that.
Really. Yeah.
You were doing that 3 weeks ago.
It was pretty good. I was digging it.
He wants more of it.
I got to hang in there another 15 years or so. I'm right back here.
Coming.
Well, that's one of the things I tell my customers. I actually tell them that. I'm like, hey, I'm not getting any younger. I'm circling the drain a little tighter every day. So we're going to do it now, or what are you waiting for? And by the way, you're not getting any younger either.
Or your piano. That's a lose.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's a good push to get people to tune their piano.
Absolutely.
Sorry, we can't help you.
Mrs. Smith,
lose,
you're not
lose,
getting
lose.
any younger. Neither is your piano. You need to get it tuned.
Let's do this. Let's get you on schedule.
All right, so I got a question.
Sure.
How do you handle a person who cancels an appointment when you're there? Meaning, like, knock, knock, knock. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't have the piano tuned. I'm washing the dog. Something like that. Has that ever happened to you? I'm sure it
yeah.
has. I
Yeah.
mean,
You just help wash the dog?
no problem. We're gonna make this clickety split.
You're going to get charged the same amount regardless whether I wash your dog or tune your piano.
It's still a service call.
I'm here.
Next time I'll wash your car.
Really. That's it. I'm usually happy when that happens because I got so much I got to do.
All right.
So I just kind of leave and go on the computer or on the phone and just keep going.
But still, the drive. I mean, even
Oh,
if it's not
it's-
too far, it's still. I
It's
mean,
aggravating.
they get-
it's
though,
aggravating,
right?
They
It's
get
aggravating.
taken off the list.
Yeah.
The call log.
Yeah, but it very rarely does that happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not all. It has. I had one lady. So I walk in and I don't just tune. I look the piano over. I tell them what's going on with the action. I tell them if there's loose pins. So many tuners go out there and they just tune the thing and
See
they
you later,
leave,
bye.
Right.
And so I'll go in and I'll write out an estimate. Okay, we've got to recondition the action. We've got to reshape the hammers. The whole thing, right? Well, I go in and this lady is, I start felting things up and I start working on it. I said, you realize that your pins, I don't want to hear it.
Well,
I don't want to hear it. Don't go telling me that it needs more work because it's fine.
Joe last month told me it was fine.
Yeah, and I was like, look, this is part of my job. Like, it's part of my job to tell you what's wrong with the piano and what isn't wrong with it, what we can get away with, what we can't get away with. That's part of my job.
Just like your shrink does with you.
She don't want to hear that either.
I don't want to hear nothing.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
She actually,
I'm out of here, Doc.
yeah, she kind of threw me out of the house. She said, I don't think we're a good fit. I don't want you to tune the piano.
Good.
And,
wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next.
And I
Thank
just-
you, ma'am.
I just walked out. I just walked out. Yeah.
But that's the way we explain it from a mover standpoint. When they ask, when they're buying a piano or whatever, how often do we need to get tuned? We say bare minimum once a year. If you play it a lot, a lot of times twice a year is great. But it's almost like your car. You want to get regular oil changes. You want somebody to be putting their eyeballs on it so you can see things that are coming down the road that you want to take care of before they become big problems.
Yeah.
And that customer would be the same one to be like, what do you mean my piano's dead? Because
and they schedule somebody to play it. They got a player coming to play a party, and you're going to need to come in immediately and tune it.
In 2 hours. Yeah. And then, I do that because it's protection. Because when they call me up and they say,
I told you
"Oh,
about
there's a key that's not working," well, yeah, I told you we needed to.
You remember
recondition
this
the
right
action.
here that I wrote down on
There's
your
stuff
paper?
there. Yeah, right. That's right.
Before you threw me out, I documented everything.
That's right. That was extreme though. I was kind of taken back with that.
yeah.
Well, I had a lady call me and said, "Oh, I'd like to schedule a piano tuning." Da da da. I said, "Okay, what kind of piano?" It's a Steinway. Oh, okay. I said, "What model?" She didn't know.
Essex.
I said, "Yes, I know." And
Estey.
so I said, "When did you have it tuned last?" I don't remember. So how much is the tuning going to be? I gave her the price, and I said, "Okay, if you haven't had it tuned in a long time, then the piano is going to need to be tuned twice, and it's going to be." There you go again with the price, right? I'm going like, "Ma'am, it's going to take me double of the time to tune it twice than it takes me to tune it once." I don't want to hear that click. And hung up.
Yeah.
And
that's a
the
blessing.
customer. Yeah.
That's a blessing.
She did you a favor.
Oh yeah.
She called Hamilton and sent you out there.
No, that was in Boston. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but those type of customers, my father always would. So back in the day, my dad, he had a beeper, and before the beeper, he had.
I had a beeper too. Okay, so
I
you
did
know.
too.
Yeah,
I did
all
too.
right, all
I
right.
did
I think
too.
we all did.
In high school. But what happened was when he'd get home, he'd have his dinner, and we'd have dinner, and then he'd check his machine, and then he'd call the customer back, and he would say, "Oh, hi, Mrs. Smith. I'm Reggie Hamilton. You called for a piano tune." She goes, "I already got somebody." He goes, "Okay, no problem. Bye." He's like, because my dad was so super busy.
Oh, yeah.
Then if the he's asked, "How much do you charge?" He would tell him, and she goes, "Oh, well, there's somebody cheaper." He goes, "Use them. Go ahead. Bye." There's the difference. The difference is that the technicians that have earned the time and paid their dues are the ones who should be getting what they deserve to be getting for their 30+ years experience.
That's right.
That they put in. And then you have somebody that charges less. They don't know what they're worth, and that means they're not doing what they're worth. They're not doing your piano any justice because they're not giving you what they should be charging you.
And they can't because their hands are tied. It's like selling a rebuild cheap. You can't do that because there are certain things that have to be done, and you can't get around it.
Use less glue.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right.
Instead
what
of
if you only
polish and spit.
Yeah. That's right.
Hey, grab that piece of bubble gum real quick.
We don't use super glue here.
Don't worry, we'll be back in 2 weeks. We can make up our money that way.
And those are the people too that will go out. They'll look online. They'll go on Facebook Marketplace and they'll find the infamous free piano, right?
No such thing.
And it's like, will you please call a technician? Because even when I go out to tune, I I grill people that call me because I want to know what I'm in for, and I want to tell them what they might be in for. You know, with player pianos that goes like triple, but any piano at all. When was it last tuned? You know, all the keys work. What is the name on it? And people just don't know.
They don't
but
know.
They're the people that will run out and get the free piano,
That's all they
move
see.
it, bringing it to the house, and it breaks my heart, to see that, because Grandpa Grim Reaper got to come in and tell him, "Hey, we're done here."
Sorry, that
This is
piano
it,
don't work. Yeah.
Or
You
unless
just
wanna-
paid to move someone's piece of junk.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's right.
And now it's your problem. And the good thing is with these guys too is there's times they are going to pick up a piano that is donated, given to them, or very cheap or whatever, and the
So
guys
uncomfortable.
the guys sit there and say, before you pay us to move this piano, you've got cracks in the soundboard. They know more than the average piano mover. You've got this, and this. Are you sure? There's termites. Are you sure?
Termites. We just had that.
Well, yeah, we just had that. And
Well,
we
they don't
especially-
need much.
Yeah. But we don't put those. We won't even put it in our truck.
No.
Because we can't take that chance.
Yeah.
But there's just so many things that. And then sometimes the person giving the piano away feels so bad because they didn't know.
Yep.
They're like, I never would wanted to give this away if it was like this. So it's kind of a two-way street sometimes. Sometimes the people know, like, oh, you take my problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
That made me think about the one guy that had the up in Gardens there and had was giving a piano to a friend of their family because the kid was getting ready to get into lessons and all the Hammerfelds, every single one of them was
I
separate.
remember that.
Right?
Yep.
And so we're like,
It was a vertical.
Yeah, it was like a Baldwin Hamilton or something like that, right? And
Leave Hamilton out of it.
I wanted to talk to you about that.
Baldwin
No relation. No relation.
But like literally every single one of the Hammerfelds was separating, and it's like, oh no, this is a major issue
Yeah.
going on here.
Yep.
So he's
I
like,
mean,
I'll have to tune it once, right? And we opened the lid, like, oh no.
We went to move one for someone who was being given away, and and we rolled it onto its side, and just dust just fell into my hands.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I said, I cannot move that. They're like, what do you mean? I said, I can take it to the road for you. I said, but this cannot go on my truck. She's like, why? I said, you see all this dust in my hand? Yeah, that's termites. So we took it to the road. He wrote termites on the lid.
Scratched it into the lid with a screwdriver, right?
Go ahead.
No, well, you'll remember it better than me.
So we go on to this cruise ship, 3 months later. Yeah. 3 months. Oh, my neighbor went and got this piano, but someone wrote termites on it. Oh, jeez. I kid you. Yeah.
that was on a ship.
Oh my God!
I didn't even remember that. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Can you guys buff out this termites right in the
Really?
I said, we moved that. It was in Fort Lauderdale, right? Oh, yeah. I said, yeah. He's the one that wrote termites on it because it's full of termites.
Oh, man.
Oh wow!
Unless somebody just gobbled it up. Like, oh my God. But it was it was a modern piano. It was a black, shiny black polyester, you know what I mean?
I
Whatever.
think we were
going to
buy it, weren't we?
I think so. And it
we were
went
gonna
from
purchase.
us buying it to them paying us to
us.
put it on the road. Really took a bad turn for the customer.
I think it was like a Petrov or something. I mean,
No, it wasn't.
Wow,
It wasn't a big
Petrov
brand like
is a
that.
good
It was a Chinese something or other.
Yeah.
But now that person who has that piano is probably having their house tinted right now.
Right.
But it was just so funny because 3 months later, oh yeah, I saw it on the side of the road. We grabbed it. But
Unbelievable.
someone wrote termites on it. I don't know why.
And it's not because people aren't honest about what they're selling or giving away. They just honestly don't know what they have because they haven't had it tuned. They haven't. And I'll talk to people like that when they're,
Oh, yeah,
they're
and it was
giving
in the
away
leg.
the piano. I say, you need to have it tuned before you give it away. Unless you have a relative you don't like. You can give it to them,
But they also never thought of that termites can get into a piano. I think because they think it's all shiny black. They don't think of the wood parts.
Yeah.
80% of the piano is wood, and termites love them, especially Steinways,
explain
because it's But people don't think that way, and I think it's because if it's one solid color, they don't look at it. It looks more plasticky than being wood.
Right,
So now when you have a wood grain piano, it's natural finish, mahogany, walnut, rosewood, whatever. It's one thing, but termites get into pianos. And we've had
Oh, yeah.
legs. We're doing a Steinway B.
bridge.
And they're bad
the
down
bridge
here.
we had to
You're-
rebuild.
I don't know how. I'm from Maryland, so it's not terrible.
We
down
don't
here,
we don't get any termites in
it's all
pianos.
over the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
yeah.
over the place.
You guys are cursed down here.
Yeah.
You got
here we
Those
go
are
again.
our
Yeah.
termites
Insects.
are witches.
Unfortunately, they keep us busy.
right?
I don't understand it.
They're good witches, but they're still witches. But we're redoing a 1945 Steinway B, and when we had it brought down from New York, and as soon as it came in, we told the customer we have to take this and get it to the vault right away, get it bombed to protect it. So we did. Came back. Okay, it's protected. Everything's protected. Our trailer's been tented so many times. I don't think a termite would even want to step foot in there. So
We're probably
we
getting
do.
cancer from it.
And then, and then as we're working on the piano, we're seeing more and more damage. I mean, we had to do more work to the piano, but we had a Baldwin L. It was so eaten by termites, the bridge, you could put your finger through it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Maple.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maple.
And it was it
could-
was tracks through it
Yep,
too.
and you
I
could
mean, it was bad.
put your
I don't know
finger
if I've ever
through,
seen it in a bridge.
yeah, through the bridge. And so we didn't just replace the bridge cap. We had to replace the entire bridge, the apron and the base, everything.
Wow.
Just
That's
fill
one
it-
Jason had to build, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, fill it with epoxy or something.
But it was really, really bad. And but we also was a good learning experience for us too, because we never actually built a bridge from scratch.
Right.
You know, so it turned out really good. Everything
Yeah.
was fine. You know.
So.
But yeah, no, termites there, I mean,
Wow.
you down here they are a big problem, and people think, oh, furniture one thing, but they look at a piano as a musical instrument, at least they're supposed to, because that's what it is, and they don't think that they would eat them, but yeah, they do. I mean, we've had
That same piano, we went to move it, and as soon as I shifted it slightly, the leg fell out from underneath it, and the lady's like, "That could have been my dog, my
Yeah.
child."
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I've got one like that. Too.
yeah,
Just-
she's like, "Take it away," and
Yeah.
she wound up doing all the work. It came out of a hotel. It was a lot of history to that piano, but they had it rebuilt and totally restored, and they love it.
And the legs are secure.
Yep.
You know, and that was her biggest thing when we brought it back was, this will not fall on my kids. No,
Nope.
will not. No. We had to build a lot of stuff,
Oh yeah.
you know, and redo a lot of stuff. But yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
I work with a moving company up in New Jersey, and the sometimes I got to go out and take care of something, but it wasn't their fault. You know, like I really feel for you. I mean, I moved pianos, a long time ago, back when I was 30.
3 years ago.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
3 years
It
ago.
was just a few years ago.
But when especially putting the trap work on an old Chickering or something that
Oh,
hasn't
man.
been touched in
Yeah.
all this time, and then you put it on, oh, now my pedals aren't working. It's like they weren't working before,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they were.
We had that happen. It was a church. All we did was, it was a Mason Hamlin double B, and all we did was we moved it from one part of the church to another, and we kept it on its side. Yeah, no, they're heavy. And then we brought it back and set it up, signed off, everything's good, blah blah blah. Like a few days later, I get a call from the church saying we damaged the piano, and I said, send me a picture. There's a mark right in the middle of the lid. I said, send me a picture. So he sent me a picture. I said, there's no way that we did this.
And that's a tough spot.
right.
Because we can look at stuff and know that there's absolutely no way that happened during the course of a move, but
Yep.
to convince a customer of that, you know?
So I go with my guy at the time, and I said, I want you to come with me because we're going to look at this together. So we go look at the lid, and they're like, yeah, no, Toby, there's no way. And I'm like, yeah, this looks like a hammer hit it. Like it has the marks of a hammer, and it's a circle, the same diameter of a head of a hammer. And I said, I'm looking at the church. I said, you guys having construction done here? They said, yeah. I said, were they working right over here? They said, yeah. I said, someone dropped a hammer on the lid.
Forensic
And
piano moving.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I call it. And we can look at it and figure out what happened
Yeah.
typically.
We had that happen with a customer. Okay. Oh, you know where I'm going with
Yes,
this.
I do.
So we delivered a piano. I'm not going to get specific, but we delivered a piano, and now the guys explained, this is how the prop stick works. This is a fall board. Blah blah blah. That's how detailed they get. forget. So she calls like, I don't know, what was it, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later?
No, it was the same day.
Same day?
Yeah, it was like 2 hours later.
Oh, I don't remember. This was
I was
this
still
was,
on the road, but yeah,
this was
she called.
this was a while ago, 4
Yeah.
years ago.
Oh, I
And
remember it like it was yesterday.
yeah. So she goes, my piano's damaged. I said, it's damaged. Well, where's the damage? She goes, right where now this is a Yamaha, so it's got the lid prop, where it goes into the circle thing that's on the rim. And so she goes, it's damaged right there. And I said,
call that a guide.
a guide. And so I said, see how much they know as
I thought
movers?
that's the guy that takes me fishing.
I'm
What are you talking about?
I call it the lid thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The inserter from the thing.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, they showed you how to use the, because she sent us pictures. And I said, there's no way. I said, Mrs. So-and-so, they showed you how to use the prop stick, because that piece is right in front of the prop stick. So when you open it up, it's right here. You can't miss it.
It's a metal piece. Is it a
Yeah.
brass?
Yeah.
Same thing happened to me.
Hold on.
And it hit it and ripped it out from the rim.
Oh.
Is
Yeah.
what it did. And I said, there is no possible way they could have showed you how to use the prop stick and you could not see that. And she goes, no, I want you to come out here and fix it. I said, we didn't do that. Someone dropped the lid when they
You
were
said,
closing the lid.
There's no way my guys would have left your house
Right.
with
Right.
that happening.
I said, so when someone opened the lid, they didn't close it right or something happened. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Next day, Tobias, I prayed on it. And I do remember when I was closing the lid, I kind of dropped it a little bit hard.
The Lord
I'm
told
like-
me to tell you the truth.
I'm like, listen,
That's what she said. The Lord told me I had to tell you the truth.
Oh my God.
I'm like, but I'm fine with that. Listen, it can be fixed. Just don't blame
Really?
us to pay for it, because it was like a $400 damage.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, listen, my guy's going to come up there. He will fix it. No problem. Just pay him directly. No problem. But you were wanting us to eat that when we did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
same thing.
Do a lot
happened
of your
here.
the lid-
customers? Do a lot of customers pray out on your pianos? Or,
If they do, they don't tell us about it.
Did you have the Lord make the check payable to Hamilton Piano?
Lord, can you have them add another zero?
No, same thing. I
Not
came
in
to a-
front of the one, it's behind
I
it.
know one.
I came to a house and the grandfather was there. It's a Chinese family. Brand new piano. Just bought a brand new Yamaha C1. And the grandfather was trying to help me. He opened up the lid. He takes the prop stick, and instead of putting it where it's supposed, to, go, he pulls it all the way to the end. I'm going like, no.
Was he getting ready to shoot arrows?
Exactly. I said, no, it doesn't go there. It goes there. So I tuned it. I didn't pay attention to the thing, but when he pulled it, he messed up the brass thing that holds it. It was bent. The lady
call that a bracket.
Yeah. The lady calls the store and goes, your piano technician messed up my bracket. And
Because
the
Yamaha
guy,
puts like a little stopper there so that you can't pull
Yeah,
it too far
exactly.
back, right?
exactly. So I
He thought
said,
he was on a slot machine.
Come on, sevens.
and thank God the guys that I work with at the store, they knew that I would never do anything like that. They go, there's no way
pure
that our
witchcraft, I
technician
tell you,
did
pure
that.
witchcraft.
And he called me. He goes, what happened? I said, the grandfather did it. They said, no, the grandfather doesn't even touch the piano. I said, he touched it when I was there.
He don't touch it anymore.
You know what? Piano technicians just need to wear body cams.
Really? There you go.
This is where we are.
That's where we are.
We got to
Movers
protect
are gonna have hottie cameras.
ourselves from because that stuff happens. I mean, this is just a couple little stories with all the technicians out there.
Oh, yeah.
All
Ma'am.
the stories that they could tell.
Ma'am, can you please hold? I need to turn on my camera while I
Yeah.
tell you this.
No, it turns, many times over the years, it turns into a little he said, she said, you know what I mean? And it's a really awkward situation. Because I know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Here's my video camera.
And you don't know what's going on at all.
Here's my door cam.
It's tough. It's tough sometimes.
And sometimes people just want to get something for nothing, and it's like, that's okay if you clip a coupon and you get something, for nothing from it. But when you're dealing with a hardworking person, and that person is a respected, competent piano technician, there's no coupon for that. You know what I mean? I mean, there's not. But people kind of do that sometimes, and it's a little. I mean, you're going to pay an electrician X amount of dollars. You're going to pay a plumber X amount of dollars. You're going to pay a lawyer X amount of dollars.
Xfinity, Comcast.
Yeah, you're going to pay. You're going to
Doctor, you do that with your doctor? Do you tell your doctor,
exactly.
well, I don't know that this charge is right. Did you really do that?
Did you really do this?
Yeah.
While I was under, I didn't feel anything.
Did the anesthesia really come in play?
I'm calling my shrink after this.
That's right.
You know, what have you actually done? I
Nothing. Don't worry about
had
it.
a customer.
They'll let you know at the next session.
Yeah, right.
Just come back next week. We'll
That's
discuss it.
We'll take care of it. I had a customer that bought a piano down in Pensacola. You know where that is.
Oh yeah,
We do.
that
You
way.
know? Yeah, that way. And she lived in Destin. And,
Where my
you know,
son
I thought she was fine. She was like, oh, it's wabi-sabi and all this. So she was kind of, you know, hippie type, you know, which was fine. You know, it's all right. Teach his own, right? So you know, the piano goes down, and I literally followed the piano down. So I got there and I tuned it, and I left. She's happy as could be. I mean, she just loved the piano,
Was
loved
it
the
feng
way it
shui?
sounded. You know, I got back in, and she starts sending me emails, like emails, telling me that the back leg was a 1/16 of an inch shorter than the side legs and stuff like. And I think the whole case is twisting.
Oh.
This lady was, I mean, to the point where I was like, okay. I got on a plane and I went down to Pensacola.
my.
That was, I think.
You like coming to Florida. Huh?
We're gonna see him again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know, somebody's got to do it.
That's why he's here today.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I got down there, and that was a year that there was an ice storm up there, and I actually got on the news channel over there. But anyway, I went down, and I'm talking to her, but it was just like she had this thing in her head.
Their minds get made up.
They
yeah.
get made up, and that's it.
Yep.
You know, that's it.
Yep.
And there was nothing I could say, and there was nothing wrong with the
The
piano.
piano was not twisting,
And no,
as it turned. You put your
I
de-twisting
was
gauge
twisted.
on it.
Shout. Yeah.
Did you tell her she was twisted?
She sent it to another technician back up in New Jersey, and
my gosh.
and she said, and they were like, who did the work on this? Oh, Dave Estey did the work. They were like, there's nothing wrong with this piano. It's fine. It was done. It's a really nice job. They did a little voicing and tuned it and sent it back to her. But she was
And then
just
she was fine after that, right?
no. She
Oh,
sent
no?
it to another place.
You know what? I had
Wait a
the
minute.
same
You're gonna have to
thing.
give us her name to keep on file.
And as soon as she did, that I knew what day it was going out, and I was like, and I prayed on it. Lord, please take this piano away from me.
Yeah.
And because as soon as it went down to the other shop, I was like, okay, we're done. We're done. I don't have to answer.
It wasn't our
anymore.
shop, was it?
No. Oh, it might have been.
You should have prayed on it and talked to the
now-
witch too. We might have needed to get the witch involved.
But we had the same
Just call Igor.
same kind of story. So this piano was rebuilt by I won't say by who, but it was rebuilt in New York. And it was in Orlando. I don't think it was at DC Moore, but I think it was in Orlando. And the customer said he was suing the rebuilder in New York. And, you know, and I don't want to get into the middle of a lawsuit or any of that stuff, but he goes, would you just look it over? I said, sure. Piano comes in. I'm like, this was a Krakauer piano. This guy.
How old?
Oh, old. But this customer,
rebuilt it?
this customer,
Was
his
that during
family
crack
was-
hour?
yeah, he was taking crack that hour. So this customer, he was related to the crack hours. It was like part of his family. Okay, I hope he's
I'll
not.
never hear that the same again.
I hope he's not watching this. But anyway, so the piano comes in.
T-shirt?
It's not going to be spelled the same. So the piano comes in, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what are you complaining about? You know, I mean, this technician.
Best crack hour
Yeah,
ever.
exactly. I'm like, this piano, it was done very, very well. And then I got to talk to that technician because I became friends with him because I was like, man, this was really good. And I told him that. And he told me about the customer that he's out there. So I called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I called the guy and I said, I'm not touching this piano. There's nothing for me to do. There's nothing wrong with it. But he came into the shop one time. Now this was, I don't think it was at the old shop. It was at my old shop. And my Aunt Rosie was there. And he made a comment to her that freaked her out. She goes, I'd have to ask her. She's not here, but it was something
She's
along
here,
the
but
line.
I don't know where she's at right now.
It's something along the lines like, your face looks like it should be on a milk carton. Like as a missing person, that's what she took it as. Wow. And after he left, and I told him, I'm not working on the piano. There's nothing to be done. It just needs your normal maintenance. The stringing was good. The soundboard was original, and it looked brand new. I mean, this guy did a really good job. And then when Rosie told me that was it. But who knows? That piano actually did go to another technician down south, and I don't know whatever happened to that because that technician ended up leaving. So, but
Piano pictures on a milk carton.
Have you seen me?
Really?
I'm gonna go to Publix and see if there's any piano pictures.
Man.
Lost.
Yeah.
So, but hey, David, man, this has been great. We got to do this again.
Yeah.
Seriously, I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time. This is great.
And whereabouts in Jersey are you?
I'm in Passaic, New Jersey.
Okay.
You remember, I don't know if you guys, F Troop. Remember F Troop, the
Yeah.
show? The
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
show?
yeah.
I remember that.
Well, Corporal Agarn, every once in a while, used to say, want to go back home to Passaic, New Jersey.
Oh,
Yeah, and he would weep when he would. Now I'm weeping, thinking I got to go back up there. It's freezing up there.
I would be too. I would
it's
be
like-
too.
Don't
I've been
step
there.
outside now because it's cold out there now.
Now, it's,
Where? Here?
Oh yeah.
No, this ain't cold.
Oh,
You
it's
haven't
like
been outside
52
lately.
degrees out there.
Oh no,
yeah.
it's dropped down.
Nothing.
Like, oh man,
That's
dropped down.
summertime
It's in
for
the
him.
40s.
yeah. This is. I had my shorts on this morning. Yeah.
That's in here.
I've been to Passaic a few times. Believe me.
Yeah.
That's
So
the humidity level.
Where is where is Passaic?
It's
New Jersey.
best. It's in the land of Taylor ham, not pork.
Oh.
No, I'm
No,
kidding.
no,
Or is it pork? Yeah. So it's in between. The best way to say it's about 13
We call it
miles
pork
north.
roll, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Right. It's about 13 miles north of Newark Airport.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know.
All right. Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
I'm 11 miles from the Lincoln Tunnel, and people when they, do you come into New York City? And I'm like, oh my gosh, because once you get through that tunnel, you're in another world.
That's it.
You're in another world, and you're in for 3 hours. I don't care where you're going.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, my daughter lives in the city, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I can't stand going up there.
Yeah.
Any,
But,
anytime we do long distance stuff, but if it's going into the city,
Oh,
we're,
sure.
we're done with that now.
Yeah.
we just farm that out.
We've got another guy.
Yeah,
Really?
We've got another Mike that
His
does
name's
that one.
Mike. Yeah, so we got
Mike.
the
Three
Three
Mikes?
Stooges. Mike, and Mike.
But this is Mike nomenclature, so you know he knows what all the different parts are on it.
So what's the name of your company?
Estey Piano or David Estey Piano Service. Yeah.
Okay. So anybody
Piano.
in Jersey needs, help
Yeah.
with their piano, and we started talking about doing some work together where maybe we send you some verticals and
Yeah.
roll.
We love the
players,
uprights, yeah.
And you give us the grands to do.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Sounds like
that's
a plan.
That's a win-win-win.
There we go.
That's perfect because we can stop right before the city and then come.
Yep. Well, he moves his own pianos by himself. So what was here? Unload it and put it in.
He used to.
So that's good.
He used to,
to.
I
That was
can
3
take a-
years ago.
I can
Remember?
take a solo trip up there then. We just unload and I can head back.
There we go. There we go.
Good.
Really.
Thanks for being on.
Oh yeah, this was great. I had
Yeah,
a
it was
great
lot of
time.
fun.
Good,
Awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know where to find us, and look us up and keep following us. We really appreciate you watching us, and have a good night.
Peace.